let's talk about a groundbreaking product that's actually changing the way we're able to present baits to fish. Why is it that a bass, a smart bass, will eat or consume an artificial bait when there's so much other live, natural forage, natural food swimming all around them? Why is it that they'll eat that artificial bait? The answer is presentation. If you're able to present that bait to the fish in a natural, lifelike fashion, there's a good chance that fish is going to eat or strike that bait just every bit as quick as he's going to eat the natural food that is swimming all around him. I want to introduce you to Floatzilla. Floatzilla is a simple and easy to use attachment that will bring your soft plastic baits to life. I want you to check something out. We're going to take this lizard rigged with a Texas style hook. Now, once you add the weight of this hook, this bait is going to lay flat on the bottom. It's going to drag back to the boat flat on the bottom. We're going to take that same bait. All we're going to do is cut the head of this bait off. We're going to add the Zilla Head Texas hook, just like this. Now, you have a bait that's going to float up in the water column. It's going to have more of a natural swimming action to this bait. Now let's talk about one of the most popular baits on the water. We're going to talk about the wacky rig. We're going to cut this stick style bait right in the middle. And we're going to add the wacky connector to this bait, where we're basically screwing both ends of the bait back together with this wacky connector in the middle. Now we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to cut the tail, and we're going to add the Floatzilla tail float to this bait. The tail is going to be floating above the bait. So it's going to give this bait a more natural, lifelike action as you are bouncing this bait along the bottom. If you've ever seen a bait fish feeding on the bottom, the way a bait fish feeds on the bottom is his tail is going to be suspended above his head. And his nose and his mouth is going to be down against the bottom. And they will go along the bottom with their tail up, just like that, feeding on anything they're going to find on the bottom. So we're going to take this do-nothing bait, this stick-style bait. All we're going to do is we're going to cut the tail of this bait off, just like that. We're going to add the Floatzilla tail float to this bait. Now with that tail float, that is going to keep that tail above the hook. So when it's bouncing along the bottom, it's going to bounce along the bottom more natural to the way a bait fish is actually going to be feeding on the bottom. Let's go ahead and talk about one more bait. We're going to talk about the craw. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this craw, and all you're going to do, very simple, we're going to take and cut the tip of this crawfish off. Now we're going to add this Floatzilla craw head to the craw where we cut it off. That float head is going to keep the back side of that craw up above the hook. So as you're bouncing along the bottom, it's going to be being pulled back with the back side of it floating. So it's going to give it more of a natural appearance to the fish, so it looks real. And once again, presentation. I can't stress enough, presentation is the most important part of your fishing experience on the water. If you can present any, and I do mean any bait, to the fish, make that bait look natural, make it look real, make it look like the natural forage, the natural fish that they're actually feeding on all around them. Once again, there's going to be a good chance they're going to eat your bait just every bit as quick as they're going to eat the natural fish around them. So I'm telling you, you got to check Floatzilla out. And there's a lot more different ways to rig baits using the Floatzilla products than we talked about here. They make all the different natural colors as well, so you'll make your baits blend right in with the Floatzilla attachments. Guys, I'm telling you, you got to have Floatzilla in the boat. Check them out, www.shopfloatzilla.com. Once again, that's www.shopfloatzilla.com. Got to get them in your boat.